Hello, Bronco fans and football fans everywhere. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown on the MHRT network, as well as my own channel, Broncos Breakdown on YouTube. This is a show that is everything Broncos and brought to you with emotion, passion, honesty, and my new guest right this side. My new co-host. My new co-host, Spence. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to Broncos Breakdown. I am your host, Bronco Bill. This guy is Spence. He is my co-host moving forward in 2025. Going to be a great year. Going to be a fun show. Topics, format's going to stay the same, but it's going to have a little bit different twist. Speaking of different twists, I'm not at home. This is my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house. I'm watching their house. You guys, if you've seen my show before, you know that I come here periodically to watch their house when they go on these wonderful vacations like Mazatlan or Cabo or wherever they are this week. Yeah, that's right, Spence. They just, hey, can you come over and watch our dog or cat or chicken? I love it. It really is like a resort. It really is. It's in a really good place. But anyways, how was your week, Spence, before we get into the show? How was your week?
It was a great week. The family and I went up to Big Bear here in California, had a relaxation and just vegged out. Wasn't supposed to be any snow up there for my son's birthday. Lo and behold, 5 inches of snow Monday night through Tuesday. So happy birthday to my son who turned 10 earlier this week.
Happy birthday. All right.
Happy birthday, Aiden.
Yep. G-Money 88. Bill and Spence, glad to see you both. Broncos are about to shock the world and beat the Bills. Glad we get a Broncos Breakdown playoff episode. So am I. You know, I've been doing this show with Broncos Breakdown for 3 years on the MHRT network. I think it's 3. Maybe it's just I think it's 3. Anyways, 2 or 3. And you're right. We haven't had a playoff in Broncos neighborhood. It's going to be fun. We've had the Avalanche, not the Broncos neighborhood. Says, let's go Broncos. Absolutely. We will get into that topic towards the end of the show. But first and foremost, let's do a recap, Spence. Let's do a recap of the Broncos Chiefs. Here's my problem with this. Okay, sure. We made the playoffs. We won 38-0. But they didn't have any reason to play their starters or the majority of their starters, and they didn't. My problem with this, and this is what frustrates me, do the Broncos have the mentality to win in Buffalo? I know we're going to get in this, so don't talk about the Buffalo part, but do the Broncos have the mentality by cakewalking over the Chiefs 38-0 and feeling like they earned a playoff berth? I don't feel like they earned it. I really don't. I feel like they would have earned it. They would have beaten Cincinnati.
Hey, a win is a win. You take it how you get it. You could beat a flag football team. You could beat a Mighty Mighty team. You could beat a Super Bowl champ. A win is a win, and it doesn't matter. They put 17 games in front of you for you to win, and it doesn't matter who your competition is. You go out and win. Hey, Kansas City did what they had to do to protect their valuable assets for the playoffs. Would I have liked to have seen them maybe get a rep or two? I mean, they're going to be off for 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the last game they played in week 16 or week 17 until the playoffs start. Look at the college football playoffs that just happened. All 4 teams that had 3 weeks off, 1 seed, gone. 2 seed, gone. 3 seed, gone. 4 seed, gone. All of them eliminated. So Kansas City, they did what they did, but you know what? Hey, the Broncos, they beat the team that was put in front of them. They did what they needed to do.
Yep. Madunga said he hears a hiss. I kind of do a little bit in my ear.
Yeah, unfortunately, my equipment is off today. Was supposed to get an upgraded piece of equipment so I could do this. Unfortunately, I'm on a backup computer because of a wonderful Amazon strike and a situation here in Southern California where I live with fires and everything like that. I'm in the northern part, away from it all. So
right. Well, it's the first show. We'll get it corrected. But before moving on, I do want to address that. Okay. I want to address the fact that, guys, we are very fortunate to have a house that we're sitting in. People in Los Angeles, I know it's not a political show. I'm not going political. I'm just saying heartfelt for Southern California. I live in Southern California. Spence lives in Southern California. He's closer to the fires than I am. Guys, this is heartbreaking. It's absolutely devastating and heartbreaking. My heart, my thoughts and prayers, especially the prayers for all the people out there, just want to say our hearts are with you. We do this show because we love it, but we also appreciate the fact that we still have a roof over our head like thousands don't. That's all I want to say. And Spence, I hope you're safe.
Yeah, I am safe. I'm away from all the fires, but I grew up in Pacific Palisades, and to see those videos of houses that I lived in, my parents' original house that they lived in the 70s and 80s, gone. A house that they had lived in the late 2000s up to 2021, gone. Friends who I played beach volleyball with, their houses gone. The town, nearly 75% destroyed.
Yep.
It is unfortunate what had happened. Not getting into the political stuff of this and that. You can read all that. But my heart goes out to every single friend of mine who I received texts that they lost their home. They're safe. They have each other. They can rebuild. I've opened my house up to any friends who are lost their home in the Palisades, and I said, come out here, restart. This is just a stepping stone in life. We're all going to go through hurdles where we're going to have major challenges put in front of us for our life. This is a challenge that people are going to meet, exceed, and grow from. And my heart goes out to anybody who needs something. Text me if you have a need. I'm here, and so is my family here to help you out.
Clayton says, hey, guys. I say, hey, Clayton, what is up? He says, smash that like button. Don't smash your microphone there, Spence, but smash that like button and share, guys. Clayton follows up by saying, great way to top off the Friday night. Thanks, guys. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Glad to have my co-host joining this year. Moving forward, it's great, man. Hey, Jay Howard, 1983. Haven't seen you before. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. He says, you sound good, Spence. There you go, buddy.
I think I know who that is, and that's a she. That is my wife's cousin, Janet. So, Janet,
there you
cheers
go.
to you.
There you go. There you go. See? You got the word pumped out there, man. Now, here's the key. For those of you who like the show, appreciate Spence being on Broncos Breakdown moving forward, please hit the like button and share. Tell your friends, your enemies, your whoever. Tell anybody about the show if you like it. It costs you nothing. Seriously, costs you nothing. Click. That's all it does. Takes a movement of your finger. Really do appreciate it. All right?
And we appreciate all your comments. Please, come in, say something. We love hearing from you guys.
Yep. All right. Moving on. Topic of the show. Could Vance Joseph leave? Well, when the Broncos are doing good, people come knocking. I mean, that's NFL. Broncos, whoever. When a team is doing well, they want to steal some of that goodness. Vance Joseph is some of that goodness. Here it is. Vance Joseph is being sought after by a few teams in need of a head coach. Several seasons ago, Vance Joseph was the Broncos head coach. Didn't do too well. What changed? Well, the defense changed. And when teams start making major improvement, Broncos were only Broncos were only predicted, I should say, to win 5.5 games from Vegas. They won 10. Defense is ranked 5th in the NFL, 3rd or 5th. Am I correct, Mr.
I think you're 5th.
They're ranked 5th in the NFL. Last year, they were at the bottom of that list. Why? Vance Joseph. Let me continue real quick. The teams that are interested are the New York Jets, Chicago Bears, and New Orleans Saints. At this time, only the Jets have asked for permission of the Broncos to interview him. Vance Joseph's a hot commodity right now. Do the Broncos do something to keep him, or is he gone?
I think I will say this. I like Vance Joseph, but he took advantage of a very weak Denver Broncos schedule this year. Look at the teams that they faced. Look at the teams they beat. Look at the playoff teams that they beat. Only Kansas City, who was playing with nobody. I would say
right.
This.
We beat Buffalo. That's right. We beat Buffalo last year. Not this year. Oh.
Not this year. So I will say this.
But we beat the Chiefs at 38-0 when they didn't play anybody.
We should have beaten the Chiefs when it was, yeah. I've gone on a tirade that I think my wife's frustrated in hearing. But Vance Joseph as a head coach, I would not take that risk right now. I think he has a lot more to prove with his defensive structure, his defensive game planning, and it's going to be on full display this weekend. You're going against probably one of the prominent offenses in the playoffs. Yes,
and Josh Allen is hot right now.
Yeah, and going against Josh Allen, you did great against KC, who's kind of a little off this year, their offensive game. You had a great game plan. You played them well. But now let's see you against Buffalo and what's going to happen there. I have my hopes up. I don't have many fingernails left because I've been biting them trying to come up with a prediction. If someone says,
don't
want to hire
now.
You, Vance,
don't say it now.
I know, but if someone says, I want to hire you, Vance Joseph, this may be a good time to have him move on. Now, who does Sean Payton bring in to replace him? Therein lies the question.
Exactly. And that's the tough part of it. It's funny because I didn't want Vance Joseph back. I didn't want him to come back because of how he screwed up last year, or the 70-20 beatdown or whatever, and how the defense just collapsed. But he has turned it around this year big time. But you have to attribute a lot of that to Benito, and we'll get into some of the things he's on, as well as Pat Surtain. We got some topics on that. But you look at Benito, you look at Surtain, you look at the blitzing that Joseph did at the critical times.
Yes.
See, that's the point. If he's gone, how do you fill that void?
And so now comes the question: do you overpay to keep Vance Joseph?
And what if he fails next year, or doesn't? People have to remember. We were not supposed to win more than 5.5 games. Okay, let's just say 5. We weren't supposed to win 5 games. We won 10. We doubled it. We weren't supposed to make the play. We weren't supposed to have a winning season. We did. We weren't supposed to make the playoffs. We did. We're playing on house money, man. We are playing on house money. And I guess my point or my question is this: If Vance Joseph sticks around and the Broncos don't win 10 games next year and they give up a lot of defensive mistakes or whatever, and you pay him a lot of money, then what? Now you're stuck again.
Yeah. It is the gambling question that you have to play right now. Yes, next year's schedule, you go against the NFC East. You get mixed in there a little bit of the AFC South. So, again, you kind of have a little bit easier schedule. Yeah, you're mixing in Green Bay and the rest of the AFC West. Maybe Vance Joseph learns from his experience this year. How many times did we see Vance Joseph in critical moments, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, throw a zone defense in and they got a first down?
Yeah.
How many? I mean, you and I don't have much hair left up here. How many of those last hair follicles did we pull out because we saw that?
Yeah.
when we were watching the Bengals game, how many times did the Broncos have a 3rd and 10, I think there was a 3rd and 15 that they got a first down because they didn't blitz, they didn't attack. You and I wanted him to attack.
Yep.
Ugh.
Oh, David Yonking chimes in, says, get Jim Leonard ready. Who's Jim Leonard? Sorry.
I'm
not
sorry.
I don't know.
I
Jim
don't
Leonard.
either. Dave, give us a little more context, please.
Jim Leonard. Obviously, he's talking about defensive coordinator. Jim Leonard. That doesn't sound familiar. Huh. Yeah, give us more information, David. Really, really would appreciate it. That would help out. Sorry for drawing a blank, but I can't put my finger on it. Anyway.
He is the Jim Leonard, not Leonhard, is the defensive pass game coordinator and defensive back.
Oh, got it. Okay, Mike Madungus mentioned some possibilities about keeping other people. By the way, I also hear that the quarterback coach for the Broncos is being sought at by other teams. That would totally hurt Bo Nix.
Therein lies the business value that we have to look at. Do you now overpay?
You got to keep him. You cannot let Bo Nix only go 1 year under him and not. And who is that quarterback coach? He used to be a quarterback himself, and he's young. Who is that? Who's the Broncos quarterback? Hang on a second. I got to look at it because I don't want
Davis Webb.
I think it is Davis Webb. You're right. So Davis Webb is the Broncos quarterback. You can't let him go.
You can't.
You gotta elevate him to assistant head coach or something, assistant offensive coordinator or something. You can't let him go.
Can't. And because Bo Nix exceeded a lot of people's expectation this year, which was great. I expected him to perform this way. This is why I said on a lot of your shows before the end of last season, Bo Nix.
Yep.
He is going to bring an intelligence factor that this organization has not seen in a long time at the quarterback position. So
yes, it's Elway.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Manning brought it there too, but yeah, to see a drafted quarterback.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you're starting to see the pieces come together. Bo Nix, you've got Cortland Sutton. Now, do you go into the draft? What's going to be the big question come the draft, which we'll talk another time.
Right.
Right now, we're keeping our focus on Buffalo, but also, like you and I think, it's like, okay, great, this season, the playoffs. Now we got to start thinking down the road.
Mm-hmm.
What do we do when we come to the 2025 draft? When we come to coaches, keeping them, overpaying for them. And I think ownership, as we'll talk later, is showing a real dedication, which I've been asking to the Broncos family, to the Bronco community, and to Colorado as a whole.
Yeah.
And if they really, what we're seeing this in the sporting world today is ownerships who just care about the almighty dollar. What can we do? Guess what you do? You win. That's how you make more money.
Yeah. David Yonkin, sorry you're not feeling well, my friend. Says I can't be on too long, not doing well today. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for jumping in. If you're not feeling well, you didn't have to. Really do appreciate it. Hats off to you. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for doing that. Really do appreciate it. He's got a little bit more hair than I do, but it's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. Okay.
Hey, I'll catch up to you one day.
Wow. Well, hey, it cuts down the shampoo because all you got to do is wash your head.
I know,
Easy.
but I've got kids that stress me out. So the hairline goes further and further and further back.
By the way, since your name or God, why do I mess this up? I got to do the the walk
Opposite.
Like I gotta do like walk like an Egyptian thing or whatever. Anyways, on this side, right there, it says Spence to alcohol. Well, stand up, my friend. Let me see your shirt.
Okay, this week's beer shirt.
I can see clearly now. Obviously, I need another beer. Welcome to the show, Spence.
There we go. Cheers.
Okay. Now, Bo Nix. Can this guy go a week without any awards? I don't think it's possible. Listen to this. Last game against the Chiefs, Bo Nix wrapped up the regular season as the only fifth rookie quarterback in NFL history to have 3,500 passing yards and 25 passing touchdowns. Is that insane or what? I mean, the guy can't do anything wrong. I mean, seriously.
Hey, you know what? This is a quarterback who brings intelligence, who brings hope, but he also brings in smarts. This is a guy who wants to work, who wants to develop. I mean, look at what he did in college. His father was a famous quarterback at Auburn. Bo Nix went to Auburn, couldn't handle the pressure, which is great and fine and understandable. Went to Oregon and had 2 successful years. This is a guy who has been well-rounded in both SEC and Pac-12. I miss you, Pac-12. Hope you come back. But has been well-rounded in 2 types of offenses. Now he comes in as a rookie in Sean Payton's complicated, very complex offensive scheme and has a lot of success.
And picks it up like nobody's business. I mean, he just granted, he didn't grasp it till probably week 5.
Week 5 or week 6.
Yeah.
Wasn't there an incident that we had all been waiting for when Bo Nix screamed and yelled at Sean Payton on the sideline?
Head to head, yeah.
Neither of them would talk about what was exactly said, but both of us know this was Bo Nix' cry for opening up the playbook. You yelled at it. David yelled at it. Madungus yelled at it. Clayton yelled at it.
Yep.
Janet from Arkansas, she yelled at it. Open up the playbook. This is Bo Nix was probably the most intellectual quarterback coming out of the draft. He had all the tools to develop. You can go through the other 5 quarterbacks who were drafted in front of them. Some of them may have more skill. Some of them may have more talent, but no one had the combination of talent, intellectual skill, and ability. And the thing that it really impressed me the most was that pass he made at Cincinnati, that 67 yards in the air bomb for a touchdown
to Mims.
Everybody had said Bo can't throw deep. He doesn't have a deep arm. Hey, critics.
Oh no, that wasn't to Mims. Was that to Mims?
I think it was to Mims.
Caught over. Yeah, it was to Mims. You're right.
Yeah, 67 yards in the air.
Yeah.
What have we been asking for? Open up the playbook. Let Bo throw it. Heave it.
Oh, we'll get into some of that when we talk about the playoff game. Absolutely. Now, you're talking about Bo Nix and being the type of quarterback he is. We really do have to give a tremendous amount of credit to the scouts, to the draft scouts, because they went, and you know what? I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Sean Payton never had to draft a rookie quarterback. He always had a Drew Brees. He didn't have to go down that road. This was a stepping out of his element to do this, and then to get a guy with the cerebral talent. And I know I'm stretching this, and you guys can say what you want in the chat. You're free to do your opinion. Bo Nix has a cerebral cognizance to see what's out there and make adjustments. That I can only hope and envision that he turns into Peyton Manning 2. Can you imagine that? If we had a Peyton Manning 2 in Bo Nix,
Oh my God. And this off season is going to be the tall tale with that. Yes. Okay. Let me say this. Season might end come Sunday night. It happens. What what is Bo Nix going to do come Monday?
Mhm.
Is he going to start looking to 2025? Is he going to come up with a game plan? I'm hoping that he's going to be like, we just beat Buffalo. Let's go out there and kick KC's you know what.
Yeah.
But this is why we need to keep Davis Webb as a quarterback coach. Don't have an off season, Bo. Don't look at travel here or there.
I don't see him doing that. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
And I'll tell you one thing. If the Broncos lose to Buffalo, and I'll get into my prediction, but if the Broncos lose to Buffalo, and they very well could, but they very well could beat them. That being said, if they lose, is it a losing, quote, big picture? Is it a lost season? No, it's not.
No.
It's a winning season. It's a doubled what people thought you could do with a rookie quarterback. Bo Nix has had awards up the wazoo. Speaking of rewards, do you think that he's done enough to earn Rookie of the Year? Or do you even want him to have Rookie of the Year? I'm not sure I want him to have it. Why? Because then he'll try harder to prove he should have been.
You're asking mainstream media, and I'm gonna get a little You're asking the mainstream media.
I know where you're going. I know. Yeah.
To say Bo Nix over Jaden Daniels.
No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Especially in Washington, D.C., but we're not going to go down. I know what you're thinking. Everybody out there knows where we're going, but we ain't saying it.
We ain't saying it. Hey, look, I'm going to say this. Jaden Daniels is going to probably win Rookie of the Year because of Washington having a great season, better record, the stats you put up it. But also, I think Jaden Daniels got a lot more exposure than Bo did.
Oh, of course.
So it's probably going to be...
The NFL and media doesn't like the Broncos. I don't know why.
I wouldn't say they don't like the Broncos. They prefer other organizations.
They prefer East Coast. East Coast dominates over West Coast.
Oh,
period.
Oh, my God. I tell all my buddies that, all the sports world exists east of the Mississippi River. Anything west of the Mississippi River should get their own channel. ESPN is usually known as the Eastern Sports Programming. We need to get a WSPN, Western Sports Programming
Network. To entertainment sports.
Yes.
I like that. Eastern Sports. That's fantastic. Man, that's the best comment made all night so far. That's fantastic.
To alcohol.
There you go. Speaking to awards. Talk about greatness. And I'm going to get into not a spit off, but a connection to this person's dad. Okay, hang on. When the Denver Broncos played the Cincinnati Bengals, Pat Surtain was on Jamar Chase. Right?
Yes.
Surtain shot down Chase to the tune of 3 catches for 27 yards.
Yep.
Hang on. Listen.
It gets better.
However, when the Bengals played the Steelers week 18, Chase had 3 catches for 27 yards. What's the difference? Pat Surtain did it for the entire freaking game. When they played the Steelers, it was in the first drive. People want to say that Pat Surtain is not the greatest corner in the NFL. I'm going to say something I normally don't say on this show. BS. Total BS. If the Bengals can go down on the Steelers, who everybody says has a great defense, and Chase catches 3 passes for a total of 27 yards on the first drive, but in the entire game, Pat Surtain equaled that in 60 minutes? Come on. Am I stupid?
No, and actually one of those catches, Patrick Surtain was not on him, so it was only 2 catches. So, yeah. And
That's amazing.
hey,
That's amazing. That's amazing
yeah,
that people overlook the greatness. And the reason why I said I'm going to put a footnote to that, I believe it was week after season one, not week one, season one of Surtain, or maybe part of season two in Denver. His dad, senior, was saying, you got to request it. You got to get out of your contract. You got to request a trade. You got to get out of here because your talent is being wasted. Really?
no,
Really?
you know what? It's not that his talent is being wasted. It's his visual image, his imagery to the media, his, social media. What his dad wants him to do is go to ESPN, the Eastern Sports Programming area. That's when you're going to get more. Yeah, that's where you're going to get more recognition.
But see, his dad should want the best for him. And the best for him right now is in Denver. Do you know he's going, and we'll get into that, but I'm going to do a prelude. Do a little clip here. Pat Surtain's going to his third in his 3 years.
Yeah.
It's insane. Who does that? And his dad wants it or wanted him out of Denver. Now his dad recanted and said, oh, well, hey, yeah, well, of course. But he'll get paid in Denver. If he doesn't get paid in Denver and he's released like Justin Simmons, I'm gonna be one pissed off dude. Oh, yeah. If he's gone, I'll be screaming on this show, screaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, this got updated, so I want to do it correctly. This next topic is Broncos players named to the All-Pro. So, hang on, let's get right at this. Hang on, I got to find it. It's on my phone. Sorry, guys. Okay, here it is. The Broncos who made first-team All-Pro, and this is... Hey, wait a minute. Shut up.
It's another co-host joining the show.
It's like, what the heck? See, I'm telling you, I'm doing my phone, guys. I'm sorry. It says, because this came after I did all my notes. So anyway, the topic of this is Broncos defy critics with 5 Pro Bowl selections. They've defied critics all year long, guys. They've defied. Now, the 5 are Broncos who made first team All-Pro. And when I'm finished, tell me if you agree or disagree, because I disagree on a couple of them. All-Pro cornerback Pat Surtain, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Right guard Quinn Miners, and punt returner Marvin Mims.
Marvin Mims, agree with.
Okay. Now, second team All-Pro honors go to, and here's where I differ. Interior defensive lineman Zach Allen and edge rusher Nick Bonito, second team. Are you kidding? No, Nick Bonito should be over top Quinn Miners, in my opinion. But then you're taking offense to defense. I get it. But, I mean, apples to oranges. But really, I mean, what Nick Bonito had done this year to be on the second All-Pro?
Yeah.
Marvin Mims, do you think Marvin Mims deserves first All-Pro?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right. How about Zach Allen? You don't think he deserves first?
He had so many critical penalties at the wrong time.
Yeah. I continue one last thing. It says the 5 All-Pro selections tie for the second most in Broncos history. In 1996, Broncos landed 6 All-Pros first team. Alfred Williams, Terrell Davis,
of course,
Shannon Sharp, Gary Zimmerman,
of course,
John Elway, and Steve Atwater. Are you kidding me? They all should be in the freaking Hall of Fame. Why are they not in the Hall of Fame? I mean, what is wrong with this committee? Now, I'm not turning this topic into a Hall of Fame, but it might as well be. I mean, if you're putting these guys at first team, and they're not all in the Hall of Fame, but John Elway is, Terrell Davis is, Shannon Sharp is, Is Gary Zimmerman in? I don't know. Steve
I do
Atwater
not.
is. So
Steve
of all
Atwater
those
is.
names, only two are that we can. So the only other two would be Alfred Williams and Gary Zimmerman if he's not in. Come on, man. Seriously?
Yep, Gary Zimmerman went in 2008.
There you go. One guy is not in there. Alfred Williams. Out of those 6 that were all pro? I don't get it.
Hey,
anyways, going back
to
that.
Hey, let's celebrate the 5 guys. I mean, the media and everybody else underestimated. Yes, Janet.
Go ahead and read it.
Love the ESPN comment. So true. Yeah. Growing up, you never saw anything, especially with college basketball, you never saw anything west of the Mississippi River. It was always, North Carolina, Duke, Florida. Yeah. Sports do exist west of the Mississippi River.
Well, maybe they do.
Maybe they do.
So, wrapping that last topic up, what do you think about the ones that we kind of touched on that were first string? Pat Surtain, obviously. You said Mims. You also said who was the other one?
Our guard.
Oh yeah, Quinn Miners. Agree on all of them?
I want to agree on all 3. It's just I can't think of another offensive guard who would.
No running back, no Bo Nix. I mean,
well, yeah, Bo Nix.
No wide receiver. You can't put Cortland Sutton in that conversation.
You and I would, but look at the other competition out there. Look at the guy from Minnesota.
John Jefferson.
Jefferson. Jamar Chase is going to get so much push.
I know. It's tough. It's tough. But we're Bronco fans, so we want our guys in there.
I want all of our team to make it, but
wait a minute. I just thought something. We don't want our guys in there because we'll be in the freaking Super Bowl. If that happens, they won't be there.
And also,
in all honesty, we're not going to the Super Bowl this year. Well, we can hope, but we're not going there this year. But anyways. But that being said, yeah, it's a great honor to be selected to Pro Bowl and very well deserving. Yeah. But you're right. There's so many other receivers. I'm kind of like this on blinders when I look at Broncos. That's why I love this show because I got blinders. I'm a Broncos fan. This is what I see. And that's why having you on can kind of steer me away from going like this to going, well, you kind of think, you're right.
And you know what? Underestimate the Broncos, the rest of the world. Please, underestimate us. Because there's going to come a year that Bo Nix is going to be holding that Super Bowl trophy. And
this was for Walmart.
This is for Elway.
Yeah. Now this is for Walmart because
this is for Sam's Club.
There you go. There you go. No doubt about it. This is interesting, and I found this after digging real deep, because that's what I got to do. I just got to dig real deep to find different stories, different topics. There's 5 reasons Denver had a winning season, from 5 to 1. Here's the 5 reasons, and I want to see if you agree on all 5. Here we go. First, number 5 from like David Letterman used to do. Number 5, monster season by Surtain Bonito. I didn't. This is written by one of the Bronco insiders. It just said Bronco insider. It didn't say who. Monster season by Surtain and Bonito. Number 5.
All right.
You agree? I mean, you okay? Well, I'll say the whole thing, then you can go back to it.
Well, no.
Number 4.
You know what? How about this? Number 5. You're individualizing the defense there. I mean, yes, you acknowledge them. That's great. They had great seasons, but again, you're individualizing the entire defense. Good reason. Not one I'd put in the top 5. But go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't write this. I'm just relaying it. Number 4, moving on from Russell Wilson.
Oh God, number 1, in my opinion, number one.
Okay, well, it was number 4. Hang on.
Okay.
Number 3, drafting Bo Nix.
Number 2.
Number 2, hiring Sean Payton.
I'd put it behind getting rid of Wilson and getting Bo Nix.
Number 1, and I have to agree with this one, obviously. Greg Penner and the Walton Penner ownership group.
I will agree with that, but I'm going to throw in one that probably has not been discussed and should be. Weak schedule. Favorable weak schedule.
But was it really weak? We played Baltimore. We played Kansas City twice, obviously. We lost to Seattle. We lost to Pittsburgh. Who's the other
Winning
one?
records.
We got our own division. We played the Bengals, lost to them.
Right.
Who else we played? Huh?
Look who we beat. We beat the Raiders twice.
But they're easy.
The Jets. Yeah, exact favorable schedule.
I know, but the ones that what I'm talking. Okay, you can have a favorable schedule if you have the majority of the teams you're supposed to beat more than teams you're supposed to lose to. We didn't have that.
We had. Yes,
How?
we did. Who did we lose to?
We beat Tampa Bay. Okay, we lost to the Chiefs. We lost to Seattle. We lost to Pittsburgh.
Yep.
We lost to KC.
Winning record.
We lost twice to the Chargers. That's 6.
Yeah, and you said we lost to Kansas City twice. No, we lost to the Chiefs.
Once. Yeah, we lost to the Chiefs once. And
got obliterated by Baltimore.
What's the other? Oh, Baltimore. That's 7.
Yeah.
There's our 7 teams we lost to.
Now,
but you can't lose your division twice. It's like we did the Chargers. That was stupid.
Now list out the teams we won. We beat.
Jets, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's in the playoffs. We beat them. They're in the playoffs.
I know.
We beat
Atlanta, Carolina.
Atlanta's out. Atlanta's out.
New Orleans.
Carolina's out. New Orleans is out. New Orleans in.
New
Orleans out. Okay, Jets. Raiders. Who's the other 2? The other 3.
Do Raiders again because we beat them twice.
Raiders. Who's the other 2?
Cleveland,
you're right. That's 9. I said Tampa Bay. Oh, did we play Miami? No, we didn't play Miami, did we? No.
Indianapolis.
Oh, that's right. Indianapolis, 10. Indianapolis is in the playoffs.
No, they're not.
Oh, you're right.
We spanked them.
Never mind. Never mind. We're not. Okay, so we had an easy schedule, but now we're facing a hard schedule in the playoffs. How does that benefit us? It doesn't.
It doesn't. But if I was making that top 5 list, having a favorable schedule would be in the top 5. I would say the play of our defense this year, the evolution of Bo Nix, in no particular order, bringing Sean Payton in, and you have to kind of say the ownership group.
You got to kind of say the ownership?
Yeah, you got to be politically
Back yourself
correct.
in the head, boy. Speaking of ownership.
Oh, yes.
Get to that in... What did I do with it?
You want me to present it?
Wait a minute. Oh, I think I got it tucked underneath here. Oh, that's just one page. What the heck happened? It was supposed to have been... Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do you have it on your phone? Because I have it on my phone. You want to read it?
So ladies and gentlemen, Broncos ownership is looking to build a new stadium, potentially in the Lone Tree area of Denver.
Which is very close to Dove Valley, from what I understand.
Dove Valley. So, Bill, I'll let you start with the comments. What do you think about that move and that potential item, that potential relocation that they're doing for their new stadium?
All right. First, my thought is I'm not too crazy about the uprooting. Okay, you got Lodo, which I'm getting a lingo by watching a lot of Bronco stuff. Lodo, lower Denver, is where Ball Arena is, where the Avalanche play, where the Nuggets play. Okay, then across I-25, you have Mile High Stadium. Literally, you can be at Mile High Stadium and look across and see Ball Arena by downtown. It's that close. Okay. Now, if you take that major stadium with all those fans and move it south 25 miles, what is that going to do to the fan base that live in Fort Collins, that live in Windsor, that live in Boulder, that live in Colorado Springs? Is that going to make it better, worse? On the flip side, what's that going to do for possible, which it has occurred, and I would love it in my bucket list, to have an Avalanche game at night and a Bronco game in the afternoon on Sunday? Okay? The proximity is you can park in one spot and walk to both places. It's doable. It's not going to be doable 25 miles away. Also, what does it do for the people who fly into Denver? My thought was move the stadium between downtown Denver and DIA. That way you got this whole area, but it all comes down to money. What's cheaper land? Where can I go? Am I closer to the facilities? Does it work better for the organization? Is it better for management? Is it better for ownership? All those answers are yes. That's why they're thinking about that spot. That's the great part. The other part is concerning. What about the fans? That is your money source. Don't alienate them. Make it easier for them to get to the games. I don't know. I don't live in Colorado, but I do know it's a 25-mile difference than where it is downtown right now. That's all I got.
So let's look at the whole scheme of the entertainment world. So, Bill, when you and I were young, scrappy kids, you owned a franchise. You owned a sports franchise. A different entity owned the stadium. A different entity owned this. Different entity owned the hotel. Different entity. Nowadays, in order for you to be in sports entertainment, you are in complete entertainment, which includes having the hotels, having the bars, having the celebration, having all the accessories that comes to having a stadium. I see what the Walmart family is trying to do. They're trying to move a stadium closer to where their business offices are, to a land that they can just develop a hotel, develop a huge walking area. I'll tell you this, the one thing I love about Coors Field is you walk right out of Coors Field, there are so many favorable restaurants and bars that you can go to. The Walmart family is thinking on a bigger plateau. We would
but again, I don't mean to interrupt you, but again, doesn't that take away the fan base that goes to Coors, which is downtown? I forgot to mention that when I said Ball Arena, because I'm a big hockey fan, which they play tomorrow, by the way. Anyways, so you got Coors Field, you got Lodo, you got Ball Arena. Across the freeway, you got Mile High Stadium. Isn't that the best scenario? Tear down Mile High and build an absolute metropolis there? And then buy out the land around? Can't you do that? I mean, I know there's homes around there. I've been there. I've been to Mile High Stadium and did a tour and everything in 2017. But isn't that more feasible? I mean, I understand they want to develop their own. I understand they want to break away from the Bowen-owned type of doing things and move into the 2025 year we're in. I get that. But is that favorable to the fans who may go to a Coors game? A Rockies game at Coors Field, and then want to go to a Bronco game.
There you go. And there is the discussion that the Walmart family has to balance out. Are you trying to create your own business city? Are you trying to create out here in Southern California your Universal Walk, where Universal Studios is? Right. You have your own city, your own town. Is that and something that you manage and that you control and that you get extra revenue from? That's what they're looking at, is additional revenue from having a stadium there where they have control of the restaurants, control of the hotels, control of everything walking there, control of the parking lot. I mean, look here at Dodger Stadium that we're living in. The ownership group of the Dodgers, they own the stadium, they own the teams, they don't own the parking lot, so they're losing all that revenue.
Well, the Broncos. Wait a minute.
No, they don't.
They don't own the land.
I don't think they do.
I know that they bought the land when they renovated looked into renovating Dove Valley and getting all the permits and everything. They wanted to expand. They said, "Well, you don't own the land."
Yep.
Rob Walton says, "We do now. Here's a check."
We do now. That's the big thing is sports entertainment back in the 80s and 90s is not the same thing as sports entertainment in 2020s moving forward. It's about all these peripheral items having control of it. Get you into there, you park, cha-ching. You have to go tailgate, cha-ching. You have to go celebrate afterwards, cha-ching. You come in from out of town. Oh, let's get all those Chief fans to stay at our hotel, cha-ching. To have our food, cha-ching. To go shopping, cha-ching. To do everything and make an extra dollar. That is the business moniker right now.
So are you basically saying that if they move to what's it called?
Lone Tree.
Yeah, Lone Tree. If they move to Lone Tree, basically virtually a mile or two from Dove Valley, where their headquarters, if that far, are you implying that they would make it in such a, I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it, SoFi type of, oh, by the way, do you know that Kroenke owns the Avalanche?
Yep.
And he owns the Rams? You don't think that Walmart, I think it's his sister. Yeah, it's his sister that's married to Kroenke.
Yeah.
So you don't think that they would partner and go, hey, what's the best way to do this? Now, that being said, Stan Kroenke and SoFi are nowhere near downtown.
No.
I mean, they're close, but they're not right downtown. Would this be kind of a similar model per se that it is at SoFi? You would know more about that than I am. You're closer.
Yeah, I will get to the story in a sec. SoFi doesn't have control of the surrounding areas with the surrounding restaurants. They do own the parking lot, but they don't have anything to do with the hotels, the surrounding sports entertainment, or anything like that. Now, I have a very challenging time, as all my friends know, going to SoFi, because that used to be Hollywood Park horse race track. And I lived there on Friday nights. I mean, dollar beers, dollar hot dogs, dollar sodas. I almost paid for my MBA education playing the horses there on Friday nights.
Nice.
Yes. My mom, who's watching right now. Yes, Mom. That's what I was doing on Friday nights when I couldn't.
How come she's not in the chat? I haven't seen anybody in the chat.
Because my mom's not like that. So, hi, Mom.
What's going on with the chat? Come on, guys. Fill the chat up. We want to get your comments. We love it. Want to know what you think of the edition of Spence. Want to know what you think about the format. We're keeping the format the same, just kind of adding in different perspective with Spence and getting that analytical / non-focused fan side. He's more like that, where he's wide open. I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's what I appreciate. Anyways, so wrapping that topic up. So you envision that they'll do hotels, they'll do restaurants, they'll do and make it an absolute place to be on game day.
Yeah, I think they'll do that too. And it's interesting. I did some research. I saw a little short video you did on YouTube about why Denver has never had a Super Bowl.
Do you think they'll have a dome?
Well, if the weather keeps staying the way it is, they could have a goal, but they have to have 2 bowling alleys nearby. They have to have 3 golf courses nearby.
Why?
That was part of your video.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that was. You're right. You're right. I did say that was a long while back. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I did my research.
Good job, man. Good job. Good job. All right. Next to the last topic, and we know the last topic's going to be wild. So we'll get into that. But here's next to the last topic. Listen to this. Former Denver Broncos safety Sua Cravens feels that Justin Simmons has hinted that Justin Simmons, will like to return to the Broncos. Cravens said, and I quote, "Been talking to Justin the last few weeks. Broncos country, wouldn't you all love to see Justin Simmons finish his career in orange and blue?" Absolutely. I know that door isn't closed. If Sean Payton wants to make that call next season, Justin is ready. End quote. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, my opinion, I never want him to go.
Neither did I.
I want him here forever. And you know something ironic? This is ridiculously crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Justin Simmons left the Broncos last year, goes to New Orleans. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Doesn't make the playoffs. The Broncos do. He could have been here to make the playoffs. He's always cherished to make.
And you know what?
I'm sorry. I think Denver did him wrong last year. I really do.
Who has more upside right now, the Broncos or the Falcons? Yes, Denver, yes, I think they've got more upside, but in a brutally competitive division. Where Atlanta, you've got a weak division that has opportunity. Hey, I think there's more upside coming back to Denver. So Simmons, sign back with us. You play side by side with PS2. Come on.
No doubt about it.
And we've got the Walmart family that is willing to overpay, because if they're trying to build their own city, they're trying to build their own stadium, they're willing to invest. This is the one biggest concern I had about the Walmart family buying the Broncos. Did they want to put a winning product on the field?
I don't know how long you've been watching my show, but when the Broncos organization is up for sale, I made mention multiple times on my show, I don't want the Walton ownership group. Period. I don't want them.
Yeah.
Why? Because I got a gut feeling, thank goodness I'm wrong, had a gut feeling they were going to take the Broncos and move them to Bentonville, Arkansas, excuse me, where Walmart's headquarters are, because my wife used to work for Walmart, retired from Walmart, and she said that's their headquarters. And she even told me, if Walton buys it, he's probably going to move because he's closer to home. And I went, holy crap. And then when they did buy it, I'm like, oh no, are the Broncos gone? Talking about a new stadium, I'm like, there it is. But now it's not true. They're committed to being here.
And maybe they build a hub in Denver so that they can have the mountain and the Western time zone be part of the Denver hub. The Bentonville, Arkansas will be the East Coast and Central time zone. By the way, we can't rip on Bentonville too much. My good friend Lane moved there. Janet is not too far away from there, so we got to be polite with what we say about Arkansas.
I'm not saying anything bad about the place. I'm saying I don't want the Broncos to move there. But if they were to become, and I'm going to throw this out there, guys, because I'm interested. I live in Southern California. I'm halfway between San Diego and LA on the east side, away from all the big hubbub cities and stuff. Anyway, got a lot of family members that said, well, when the Chargers moved to LA, I can't stand them because I can't stand LA. Huh? You don't like the city, but it's your team. It's still the same players. My question to you and anybody out there wants to comment: if the Broncos were to ever move to Bentonville, Arkansas, and become the Bentonville Broncos, would you still like them? I would.
I would.
The same team. I mean, I'd feel bad for Denver, obviously, but yeah, it'd still be my team. Now, if they change their name from Bentonville Badgers, well, then that's not my team. I'm just saying that's just not my team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I hear you.
I had to go on that tangent because I thought very, very seriously that they were going to move. But if they move in Colorado to somewhere else in Colorado, I'm okay. I'm okay. As long as they don't go down to, I don't know, um, what's that place called? Starts with a D. Down
Durango.
south, Durango. Yeah, don't go to Durango. Ain't nobody there.
Okay. No, I can't say anything bad about Durango. My cousin.
You got family there too?
Yeah, my cousin Susan grew up in Durango. Yeah, you name a town in Colorado, I had a relative who lived there.
Oh my gosh, man. That's classic. That's classic. That's classic. All right. Last topic before we get into that. It is the 1 hour mark. I want to thank each and everyone for being a part of the show on a very busy Friday, second Friday of January. Still in Hollywood. I almost said Hollywood. Holiday mode and all that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Everybody in the chat, we'll get to that. We'll go down the list at the end of the show. Just want to thank everyone for being part of the show. You guys are why we're here. All right. Last topic. Spence, here it is. Broncos, Bills prediction. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are playing some of their best football. So, does Denver have a chance? We'll stop there.
They have to play the perfect game. And not
is there ever such a thing?
Yes.
No penalties? No major
penalties, no mistakes, no turnovers. Essentially this.
Broncos haven't had a game like that this year.
How did Buffalo how did Buffalo lose games? Go look at what the Rams did. You've got to outscore them. We've got a defense that can stop them. The weather is not going to be too much of a factor. Yes, it's snowing now. Yes, it's going to snow tomorrow. Sunday, it's going to stop. Then
they
Monday,
say it's going to be in the high 20s, low 30s game day.
Yeah, you're asking a
Bo
lot.
Nix isn't used to that.
Well, he played in some ugly rainy weather, but not freezing cold weather.
The ball's going to be slippery.
I will say this. The Broncos just have to play air-free football. The offense has to be so much creativity that we haven't seen. Sean Payton has to open the playbook and go to the last 12 chapters and use every play there in the book. The defense has to be on their toes. They can't be on their heels. Vance Joseph, attack. You play a zone defense, I'm going to cover my eyes and just hope it's not complete or it's not a touchdown. There could be a situation that this could be more of a field position game.
Absolutely.
So, my heart is going to be Bronco Orange. I'm rooting for them. The realist.
Don't do your prediction yet. Don't do your prediction yet. Let me answer that question too when you're finished. Are you done? Okay. So the question: does Denver have a chance? Yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes.
I think they have a chance. But in my opinion, the only way they have a chance is to echo what Spence says. They have to have a perfect game. Does that mean every completion? No. 0 mistakes, 0 major penalties, like no pass interference deep in the zone. And key is get first downs. Defense, 3 and out, 4 and out, 5 and out. No long drives, no sustained drives, no Josh Allen running out of pocket like a madman, gaining 25 yards. No. Shut it down. Flip side. Can the Broncos lose? Absolutely. Of course they can. Buffalo's a much better team this stage of the season. That being said, if the Broncos lose, takes me right into my next question. If the Broncos lose, should Broncos country be upset?
No, not at all. I mean, there was the expectations across the board wasn't to be in this position.
Mhm.
We got here. We have the opportunity.
Mhm.
Win or lose, whatever happens, we're going to take a very significant step in 2024. And Bo Nix evolution, the defense evolution, the offensive line evolution, the receiver corps, everything is evolving and moving in the right direction. I want to see a playoff win because that confidence level will be going and increasing a lot more.
Okay. Now, my answer to that, should the Broncos country be upset? Absolutely not. Why? It's my very next statement, and I'm going to expand on that. After all, they're playing on house money, guys. We're on house money. Nobody expected the Broncos to be in nobody expected the Broncos to win 10 games and have a winning season. Nobody expected the Broncos to make the playoffs this year with a rookie quarterback. Okay? That being said, guess what? They can play as loose as they want. Why? Because they have nothing to lose. Nobody expects them to be here. So if they lose to Buffalo, so what? But the Bills' butt cheeks are going to be tight. Because if they lose, everybody's going to go, how'd you lose to the Broncos? They're the 7th seed. How'd you lose to them? Well, like I said, like Spence said, open up the freaking playbook. If you got 20 pages, open up 20 pages. Everything's live. Everything's open. Everything's ready. Why? Because you have nothing to lose. You lose the game, so what? And I'm not saying I want them to lose. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I can accept it because we never expected to be here. I never did. I don't think you guys did. I'm getting all wound up. I don't think Spence did. I'm just, I don't even think the players did. Now, everybody believes, hey, we can make the playoffs. Even Bo Nix said, okay, our mission now is to win the Super Bowl. Okay, that was great expectations, and I hope they take it to heart. But if they lose, you had a winning season the first time in 8 years. 8 years. We have a winning season. We have a playoff game this Sunday. Holy smokes, when did that happen last? 2015, 2016? Yeah, crazy. All right, your rebuttal on that.
I think no rebuttal. I think there's win, lose, get blown out, have a game-winning field goal. This is going to be a success. I could tell you right now, we could lose 70-21.
Yeah. We can't go back there.
No, but I'm just saying we could lose that way. It'll still be a successful season because we got to this point. We took a giant step forward compared to what expectations were. My expectation was, hey, let's just try to get to 7 or 8 wins. Let's see if we could get there. We got there.
I said we would be 9-8.
Yeah.
We ended up 10-7.
I think I said 9-8 also went in one of my texts I sent to you because I wanted to see a winning season. Now, again, you're saying house money. Now this is where they can relax.
Sure.
No one's going to be like, oh my God, you got blown out and you're awful. You're horrible. Fire this, fire that. This is going to be an education. Win, lose, get blown out. You blow them out. It is going to be a great education and learning experience. And I'm hoping that the Broncos will just do like they went to KC, play the tough defensive game, be there. I just want to see that the fourth quarter matters.
Yep.
And for these guys.
Agree. Just like John always said in Super Bowl 32 against the Packers, he said all he wanted was one last chance. Just give me one last chance to make something happen. And he did. He did. All right. Mega Dr. Dre. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for being in the chat. Really do appreciate it. It says Von Miller versus Bo Nix. Can't wait to see it. Now, I'm glad you said that, Mega. And here's the reason why. Von Miller loves the Denver Broncos. He absolutely loves the Denver Broncos. I think when he goes to the Hall of Fame, he's going in as a Denver Bronco, regardless. I'm wondering Is Von Miller really going to? God, how do I say this without sounding like? All right,
He's
let
up.
me just say it. Is Von Miller really going to go 100% against Bo Nix and the Broncos, knowing that Bo Nix is their franchise quarterback?
Yeah, he has to.
You think so?
Von Miller has
I mean, to take him and slam him down and really like not intentionally hurt him, but to like
Okay.
do what he did to Tom Brady and let him know, hey, I'm Von Miller, you're Tom Brady, I got you, kind of thing. Or the Cam Newton in the Super Bowl. Is he going to be like that aggressive on Bo Nix? And heaven forbid he gets a solid shot.
Has to be. And you know what? Von Miller has got the competitive spirit that we love so much from him. And that's what has made him a huge fan, a huge, just a iconic player. Is that motor is going. That it's who cares if you're Tom Brady? Who cares if you're a third stringer? He is coming after you. And so, if he gets a chance to drill Bo Nix, he's going to drill him.
I don't want to see that. Kamani is in the chat. Thank you so much, Kamani, for chiming in. Really do appreciate it. He says, Bill. And then he says, hey, we got a new voice. Yep, that's Spence, my friend. That's Spence from the chat. He's a solid person in the chat. Now he's my co-host on Broncos Breakdown. Yeah, Broncos Breakdown. Moving forward on 2025, it says I can. What's it say? It says I can clearly see now. Obviously, I need more beer. There you go. That's Spence.
I think that's for you. You see clearly now. You need another beer.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, we got him, Kamani. He's now part of Broncos Breakdown on Fridays. I hope you guys appreciate it. He's got great insight. Just thought it would make the show. Still going to do the same format, but he brings in great other insight that, as a fan, I have a tendency to overlook. So I appreciate that. Kamani, thank you so much. He says, Kamani says, is your house okay down there in California? Absolutely. I'm actually at my brother-in-law's house, not because of the fires. I'm well away from that. Excuse me. But my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and their two girls decided to take a nice week vacation and go down to either Cabo, Mazatlan, or Puerto Vallarta or somewhere down there. And I'm here watching their 2 chickens, a cat, dog, and 2 fish tanks. So I'm having a good time. Anyways,
hopefully raiding a refrigerator.
Yeah, well, try to, yeah. I said, Kamani said, my buddy Spence the fence. There you go, man. There you go. You got love everywhere. All right. Continuing with the last topic, which is the Broncos-Bills prediction. Bottom line score. I have it. I'll get yours and see if anybody in the chat. Here it is. Bottom line score. In Buffalo, Eastern time zone, flying, hotel, different practice facility, all of that weighs in. Have the Broncos used to this? Yes, they play 8 games on the road all year long. They're used to this. It's playoffs. This is what they're not used to. Sean Payton is, Bo Nix isn't, and neither are any Bronco players on that field. Or maybe Cortland Sutton. Was Cortland Sutton there with no. No Bronco player on this team has been in the playoffs as a Bronco. They may have been from other teams, and that may weigh in on how to prepare. That's fantastic. But the majority of the Bronco players have not, Bo Nix included. Is this the last hurrah for the Denver Broncos in 2024 season, 2025 January, as their last game of the season, game 18? Is this it? My prediction. Well, before I say that, let me ask you this. Go ahead. Give your comment.
So my prediction or my comment?
Your comment on that, and then we'll get the scores.
You just want to see more Bronco games. You want to you're rooting for it. You're pushing for it. We got a tall hill to climb on Sunday, and I'll let you do your score prediction first.
Josh Allen is playing out of his freaking mind. The Buffalo Bills are playing out of their mind. Oh my gosh, but they lost to New England last week. Yeah, so the Chiefs lose to the Broncos because they weren't playing anybody. When they're playing somebody, the engine gets revved up. Josh Allen's at home. He's got his fans there. He's got his weather conditions there. Denver is on house money, like I mentioned. Denver, if they don't play lights out, ball out, and open the playbook, they'll get slammed big time. I don't see that happening. But I also, unfortunately, don't see the Broncos winning. Final score, Buffalo 29, Denver 23. There you go. You got the final word, Spence.
So you think they're going to cover the spread. Okay, I like that optimism. So my score,
Kamani
27,
Bills 23. Well, I said 23 for Denver. Okay, there you go.
So you know what,
Spence?
Kamani, you had one of my scores correct. I had the final score being Buffalo 23, Broncos 14.
Okay.
The rational part of me just sees that the Broncos are going to slow them down, but might be another one of those bend but don't break type of defenses. And Bo Nix and the offense playing in the conditions, Eastern time zone, all the pressure, the entire nation's going to be watching it.
Buffalo knows if they lose this, they're going to have so much egg on their face. They've lost 4 Super Bowls in a row. Then they lost to Kansas City when they had the lead of several years ago to go to the Super Bowl. And if they lose to Denver, holy smokes, dude. That would just decimate them. Absolutely decimate. That being said, on the heels of that, all of that being said, does Vance Joseph, going back to Vance Joseph being head coach, possibly interview, does that change the temperature on Vance Joseph being a head coach if they lose this game badly?
No, I think the Walton family or the Walmart family overpays to keep Vance Joseph.
Okay,
because you've got a core here that is developing.
Yeah,
we could talk this in future episodes, but what do we need on defense? I think we need more skilled linebackers.
Wow, Orange Crush says, and welcome, Orange Crush. I haven't seen you before. Thank you so much. Says Buffalo 32, Denver 21. You know, I see that as a possibility. Absolutely. I see it as a possibility. No doubt about it. Mega Dr. Dre says, in my heart, Broncos 31, Bills 28. Ooh, I sure hope you're right. Kamani says, if we beat Buffalo, I can see us in the AFC Championship. That means we'd have to beat Kansas City.
Which I think we can do. I think we could go to Kansas City. But here's the problem: you think we can go to Baltimore and win?
No, but we'll pay. Oh, but we would play Kansas City
in the divisional round, and then the AFC Championship. You'd have to.
But maybe Baltimore won't be there.
No. You want to know something? Let me give you my.
I dang sure don't want to see the frickin' Chargers there. That's for frickin' sure.
No,
except I want to kick their butt if we're there.
Now, come on, Bill. We all know your secret
identity.
No,
I'm not. Mike always thinks, and everybody said, but I'm not. But it's all good.
No, hey, I know your secret Super Bowl. You want to have Minnesota versus the Chargers. We all know that. Come on. It's just us. You and me right now.
It's just us. Okay, that's the end of that show, guys. Well, I hope Spence enjoyed his one and only time on this Broncos breakdown. Thanks, Spence, for being in here. No, it's all good.
But how about this? A quick little topic. I want to hear, looking at the entire playoffs, just this weekend, give me your boldest prediction. Any game.
I want the Texans over the Chargers because I can't stand the Chargers. Anybody who really knows me knows I can't stand them for various reasons. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pull that up just because you brought this up and people have said things about, not about me being, I know it's all fun and games and I get that, but I want to read this. This is crazy. Came from my nephew because he knows that I'm always saying that people are, that the Chargers have bandwagoner fans. And the main reason why is here it is. A lot of people say, I'm not a bandwagoner. I'm just a fair weather fan. Well, here's the definition of a fan weather fan. A fan weather, I'm being legit. A fair weather fan is a sports fan who only, keyword, only supports their favorite team when the team is performing well and winning. They lose interest in the team when it's not doing well. Hello, Wagoner Charger fans. That you can't be a fan. Anyways, I'm on a roll. I'm on a tangent. Because that's why I can't stand them. Because I live in Southern California. They used to be the San Diego Chargers, and nobody went to their freaking games. Nobody goes in LA. It's always a home game for the visiting team. Why? I just stated for you.
Well, come on. LA is home of the fair weather fan. I mean,
who is?
All of Los Angeles.
Well, yeah. Well, unless it's the Lakers. What? Madungus, get out of here, Charger Bill. No, I'm not the number one. I'm not even close. Not even anywhere close. You don't see anything Charger related on me. Never will. Thank goodness.
So you gave your boldest prediction that the Chargers are going to lose.
Lose the Texans. What's the other ones? What are the other games? Real quick.
So I'll give my boldest prediction for this weekend's game. Russell Wilson will be benched at halftime. Baltimore is going to obliterate Pittsburgh.
All right, let's go down real quick. Let's see if we agree. Wagoners and Texans. I'm sorry. Chargers and Texans tomorrow. I say Texans.
Chargers.
Steelers, Ravens.
Ravens by at least 3 touchdowns.
Broncos, Bills.
Unfortunately, the Bills.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see, bro. Packers, Eagles.
That is going to be a great game. I think the Packers get revenge against the Eagles from there.
Man. Washington Redskins. Commanders, Buccaneers.
Commanders.
Ooh. Vikings, Rams in Arizona because of all the fires in Southern California. They've moved the game officially to Arizona where the Arizona Cardinals play. That means the Rams don't officially have a home game with their fans, although they'll travel, but they ain't got to travel that much. Not when their house is freaking gone and they ain't got no money and stuff. Yeah, so to me, that's going to be a Vikings home game. But I say Vikings win that game.
Rams.
And you know what? We don't agree on anything, man. What is wrong with you? No, it's all good.
Isn't that the fun of the show? We shouldn't agree on anything.
That's true. That's true. Madungus and I don't agree on things, so there you go. Kamani says Texans over Chargers, Pittsburgh over Baltimore, Denver over Bills, Buccaneers over Redskins, Commanders, and Eagles over Packers. I say yes on Texans. I would hope it's Pittsburgh over Baltimore. I'd hope it's Denver over Bills. I would hope it's Buccaneers over Commanders, and I would hope it would be Packers over the Eagles. All right.
He's the other way around. Eagles over the Packers.
I know, but I want the Packers over the Eagles. All right, guys. That will wrap up the very first Broncos Breakdown with a new co-host. That guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All of a sudden I got it. Well, kind of. Yeah. I got to do that whole thing like this again. That's the way I get it right.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Spence, been such a pleasure to have you. Fantastic show. Really do appreciate your insight and all of that. As always, we're going to go down the list real quick of those. Well, let me get out of here real quick. We're going to go down here real quick for those that are in the chat. Really do appreciate it. You are the backbone of the show. Always have been, always will be. G-Money 88, bat leadoff, followed by Madungus Creevy, Clayton Haran, J. Howe 1983. There you go.
That's
Shout
my
out
cousin,
to you.
my cousin Janet in Arkansas.
Shout out to you. Then you got David Yonkin. Thank you so much for your comments. Really do appreciate it. Mega Dr. Dre. Thank you. Kamani Dixon. Orange Crush. Go down the list. We still got the same ones. All right, guys. Thank you so much each and every Friday for chiming in, for being part of the show. It is absolutely to alcohol.
No, hit the thumbs up button, please. Everybody.
Oh, yeah. Hit the thumbs up button, guys. Hit the subscribe. Really do appreciate it. Tell your friends, enemies. We don't care. We just want people to watch if they enjoy like you do. Guys, we got shows throughout the week. This coming Sunday, first Broncos neighborhood ever on MHRT in the playoffs will be this Sunday, 10 o'clock Pacific time. Check your local listings for your game in your area and what time it is. But we will be here at 10 a.m. Sunday Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Broncos first ever Broncos neighborhood. Okay. That being said, we got shows, like I said, throughout the entire week. We got the Sunday neighborhood followed by next Friday. Hopefully we're talking about a Bronco win. Next Friday, Broncos Breakdown with Bronco Bill and Spence to alcohol will be here next Friday, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Until then, guys, have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Let's go Avalanche tomorrow. Let's go Broncos on Sunday. And let's celebrate next Friday on Broncos Breakdown. Till then, guys, have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Love you. Hats off. Bye-bye.
Fast lane when I pass in the street. Bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my life.